right, and we are back with another episode, and this time I'm joined with Emily Clair. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you, Cody?
I'm doing fantastic. I mean, as good as it can get with all the
Yeah.
quarantine stuff going. How's quarantine for you out in Ontario?
You know, it's been all right.
You guys
Just
are on like,
trying to take
you guys are on like major
my
lockdown right
day.
now.
Sorry.
You guys are on like major lockdown right now, correct?
Yeah, we are. So I don't think we were really ever off lockdown. So we're just taking it day by day and hopefully there's brighter days ahead.
For sure. What do you find has been like the biggest struggle for you during the quarantine?
Um, I think the biggest struggle for me is just like not being able to go out and play shows and have human contact and like hug someone, like I just want to like hug somebody.
And what would you say is one good thing you've taken from it?
I think that the music community really came together in country music. A lot of artists are reaching out to other artists to write with each other and connect. So I've been able to take the time to really focus on my writing. I've written so many songs during this pandemic with incredible writers and artists that I probably wouldn't have connected with before. So that's super exciting.
For sure. Okay. All right. Jumping into things. I mean, for those people who don't know, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you come from.
Yeah, so my name is Emily Clair. I'm from Ajax, Ontario, and I started singing when I was about 3 years old. I used to sing myself to sleep as a child. Music runs through my dad's like side of the family, like everybody, which is like huge. So they're all musical in some way. They sing, they draw, they paint, they play an instrument, and I guess that gene passed down to me. So yeah, so I've been singing for many years. I was in vocal and piano lessons for over 10 years, and then I kind of veered away from music a little bit just to go get an education, get a job, and now I'm back at it, and I've been pushing hard for the last 3 years now. So yeah, here I am making music and living my dream.
Awesome. And doing a little research on you recently, you come, like you were saying, you come from like a musical family. But however, you had the interest in rock music before country, correct?
Yeah. So my dad actually tunes pianos for a living. So I'm around music all the time. He plays in a band and it's all like the good classic rock music. So as a kid, I grew up on that, dancing and singing to it. So I definitely love rock music. And then I kind of came interested into country when I was in grade 8. I was trying out for like a musical play at my school. And my grade 8 teacher was like, you sound like country music. Like you sound like the Dixie Chicks. And I was like, I don't even like country music. like. And now I'm like, oh my God, how could I have said that? Like, but so I went home and I was like, oh my goodness, I love the Dixie Chicks. And I just like fell in love with country music and the storytelling. And now here I am singing country music.
Here we are. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, awesome. Now let's chat about your newest single, Drive Me Home. Tell us
Yeah.
about that and how it all came together.
Yeah, so it started with the title, this song, and most of my songs do. I try to come up with fresh ideas and clever titles that haven't been used before. That's like my specialty. I have to find something new. And then, so I started writing this one alone in my room, and I was like, okay, this is good. It sounds good. I got some good feedback on Instagram and the socials. I had posted it up. I was like, okay, this one will be even better if there's more heads and I bring in some co-writers on it. So I brought in my producer Sean Moore, and then he brought in his friend, singer-songwriter Doug Folkens, and we wrote this really great song called Drive Me Home. And it's kind of all about female empowerment. We don't hear a lot of females sing about their wants and desires in country music. It's more of something you hear a male sing. So I was like, okay, let's spin it around. Let's put a fresh idea on this. And I'm going to sing about taking my man home. So we wrote it and it turned out really, really great. And I knew instantly I had to record it. And now it's released into the world and I've gotten really great feedback. And I'm super happy with it.
Awesome. Yeah, it sounds amazing. And you have a video coming for it soon, correct?
Yeah, so I do have a video coming out in the next 2 weeks. 2 weeks or so. I haven't really dropped the date yet, but it's coming. And I'm sure some people have seen the sneak peeks on, Instagram, TikTok. So there is a music video coming out that I'm really excited about. It turned out really awesome.
Awesome. And having co-writers on your song, what's your favorite thing about co-writing?
I always say like more heads is better than one, like you can have an idea that you might not be able to really get out. And then as you talk yourself through it and talk to the other co-writers you're writing with, like someone else might pull that idea out of you. Like you're on the same page. They're like, okay, I know what she's talking about. Like this is what it's going to be. So yeah, I really enjoy co-writing just because it always makes the song better. It really does.
For sure. Yeah. And what would you say has been the weirdest, most awkward way you've ever come up with a song?
Oh gosh. The weirdest, most awkward way. I can't even think of anything. Like I don't have anything too weird or awkward, but I would say, like I would actually say the first time I was co-writing online because usually I'm used to doing it like in person and I don't like technology. Like I can never use it properly. So I would say like writing online and then like but now I'm used to it. Now I love it. But I did actually connect with someone and I wrote with them online. We were writing this song with this other co-writer and she just disappeared. Like she just left and we're like, oh, okay. Like I guess you don't like the song. She just never said anything. And then a few days later, she's like, okay, like my Wi-Fi died. Like, but like she didn't say anything for like the next like few days. And we were like, oh, like this is embarrassing. Like I guess she just doesn't like us.
Yeah. Interesting. And yeah, you know what? Speaking about like the online stuff, when I first started this, I hated it.
Yeah.
I come to love it. Like I can, connect with everyone around the country and stuff now, which is great. But yeah, I just wasn't a fan, especially like when you get someone singing sometimes online, it's choppy at times. It's
So true.
it's
It
tough,
is. And it's tough for like when, artists are trying to do these live shows like virtually and then like the camera freezes. Like I had an interview the other day and it just like froze. And I was like, okay, like what do I do?
right? Okay, so with the lockdown that you guys are in, because you are in a little heavier lockdown than we are, do you plan on doing any live streams, anything like that, coming up?
Yeah, I had a lot of live streams that I have been doing. There's nothing in particular coming up right now at the moment, but I do have a page on Instagram called the Songbird Series, and it's mine and my friend Amber Leah. She's the co-founder of the Songbird Series, and what it's supposed to be is a live, not virtual, songwriters round in Ontario supporting female Canadian country artists only. So we've been hosting those online, and I'm sure we're going to pick another date soon for another one. But yeah, that's something you could look out for.
Perfect. And country women and stuff. How do you end up choosing which artists you bring on, or is it kind of free for all? You just whoever signs up, you pick them?
Yeah, I mean, if somebody asks us, then we'll definitely consider having them on. I like to reach out to people who I see who are consistent and constantly releasing new, good music, and they're engaging with their fans and the audience. So those are typically the people that we will reach out to.
Perfect. All right. And so with the release of your new single, video coming up, what's next for you?
Yeah, so I have an EP on the way. It'll be all the songs I have released except one new one. So that'll come out in the fall. It kind of keeps getting tossed on the back burner, so we'll see. And then I'm going to re-release it acoustic because, as a new artist, we don't really full-fledged just dive in and release like a full-length record because it's not really how things work nowadays. A lot of things like are digital, and most of us release stuff like single by single, and I am going to eventually work towards a full-length record. That is like my dream.
Absolutely, yeah. What's can you tell us anything about that new single in the fall? What can you tell?
I will leave most of it a secret, but I will say I didn't write this song. It was actually pitched to me by one of my favorite Canadian artists and writer. There's 3 writers on it, and I love them all. They're all amazing. So I really look up to her. It's a female, and I just am mind blown that I even could get my hands on this and do it. I didn't even know it was her song when I first listened to it. Then I looked at it and I was like, oh my goodness, like this is amazing. So I'm really excited about that. Most songs that I release, I've written it. I've only released one other song called Bad Habits that someone pitched to me. So it's always exciting when you get a song pitch from somebody and you connect with it and you get to do it.
Absolutely. Awesome. All right. And for those who don't know, tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
Yeah. So you guys can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, my website at Emily Clair Music, TikTok as well at Emily Clair Country. And that's where you can find all of my music.
Awesome. All right, guys, go grab her newest single, Drive Me Home. And Emily, thank you so much for joining on.
Thank you for having me, Cody.
Absolutely. And keep in touch and we'll talk soon.
Awesome. Have a great day.
All right, you as well.
Bye.